I got it off Alan Tracy back in Tralee. He had a grand black twin cam, but he wouldn't pound.
There's always a way around that.
What you mean, John? Oh man, John. I'm training you well. A red ass fox! What?
Look at that. Look at this.
I know, John. We're both looking out the same window at the same thing and looking at the same thing.
Look at it.
You're right.
I know.
It's mad.
Isn't it?
It can't be.
Drive in.
Get out, John. Let's look at this. A Supra, John.
This one is pretty famous when it comes to drift cars.
Oh, the cartoon fella from the 7-Up ads.
No, this is Daigo Saito, and I don't think this is a dud.
Daigo Saito. I know him. He was shifting my aunt back in Japan years ago. A madman. Ha! Come on, we'll go in and ask the lad. What's he doing with this yoke? Uncle Daigo, the man's a legend.
Telephone post in the middle of the road. Taco fries, I don't like tacos. What's down here?
You can't drive for shit.
What? I'm after driving through a restaurant full of jalapenos. I must put a lock on that door. What do you want?
Stevie Wonder would have seen that. Knock.
Who's there?
Your mother.
That's a bad joke.
Where did you get that Supra?
You know, I'll just tell these punks the truth. You know, I was up the mountain trying to fine-tune the suspension on my twin cam. The twin cam was boiling. I took it to the river and got myself a bottle of Mountain Dew water. And when that Mountain Dew got down into the radiator, it cooled it right down. And then I drove home handy. I spotted a deer, a big, wedgy, fat deer. So I went hunting him. So I was running through the woods. I had my bear with me. I was going to kill him. Again, I spotted a signpost. And on that signpost, alongside the tree, was a poster on the tree. And you know what was on that poster? Do you know what was on that poster?
Beware of Bambi. He's gone vicious. Is that what was on it?
No! You know what was on it? Was the Supra. What's this? There was a big picture of the car. And it was at Drift Masters. And it was there the weekend I was in the mountain. So it was time to get out of the mountain, forget about the deer, let's forget about what we're doing. You take off into the woods, and I'm going to this. And it wasn't just any Supra that was on that poster. It was Dougie Saito's Supra, a famous one from Japan. So I brought the twin cam home. Mondello! Then I ran out the gate. I said I'd run to Mondello. It was the fastest way of getting there. So I ran down the road. Then I heard something. I started tumming. And lo and behold, it was Panhead Patterson on a run. He's a local dealer. And he gave me a spin to Mondello. Mondello! Hey! The bad car up there. Crazy! Eventually got there. Out over the ditch. I didn't bother paying to get in. Forget about that. On the way in, there was a lovely grey Scania. This big mad thing with a crane in it and containers. And you know who I met up there? Julian Smith was there, Laurie Heineken and Black Smoke Racing were there. And Dave Egan was there, but he was after crashing.
Is that Supra bent into hoop?
What else was there?
I don't care what was there. I know all about Drift Masters and who was there. But how did you get Daigo Saito's car?
If you want to know how I got it, then you better start listening. I walked around and I met Dougie Saito. And guess what?
What was he like? I like Daigo.
You know, when he saw me, he high-fived me. He told me loads about the Japanese car culture, about all his cars, about friends, all his family, all his pets. He was the nicest guy ever. And he was cool. I liked him. And you know, after I had a good conversation for 20 minutes with him, he had to go drifting. He had to go out on the track. He had to go drifting. He was qualifying. That thing rips.
1,000 horsepower. It would do. Anyway, that all sounds great. But how did you end up with it?
Just calm down. When he came back from drifting after qualifying, he got out of the car. I high-fived him again, and he told me, take it around for a spin.
Around the track?
Not around the track, around the car park in a circle. Well, I had to get used to it some way. You couldn't just jump into a 1,000 horsepower car and expect to do magic.
Circles. Like a merry-go-round. Like a carnival. Like a clown. You're still not answering the question. How did the Supra end up out in your garden?
I drove it home.
What?
Do you get that?
There never was a conversation with Daigo. Or a drive around in circles in the car park. Was there? This is all bullshit. Bullshit.
The flies are all over my face this evening.
That's from all the bullshit.
What? Kind of true. I was walking around. The car was parked. I saw the car. There's a red button ignition. Kind of starts itself. The window was half down. I got into the car and I said I wasn't coming home out of Mondello. That's a long ways away from home. So I got into the car's and it's heavy on petrol. It's really heavy on petrol. The light, every time I went 10 miles, the petrol light was coming on. I don't know how many stations I pulled into, and probably the wrong petrol's inside it because it runs on race fuel. It's running a bit rich now, but I had to do it. I had to. It was the only one in the world.
You stole Daigo Saito's Supra.
Yes. Yes, I did. And I like it.
Well, I like it too. But that doesn't mean you can turn up at Drift Masters and take the most famous Supra in the world.
Yeah, well, I did. All right. And when I was walking around Mondello all day and after bringing that thing home because it's a nightmare to drive, a nightmare, I was tired. Then I went to bed. I had a good night's sleep. I woke up next morning. I came out the house. I took the front bumper off the Supra because it's very low. And there's no cam cover on that 2J. She starts picking up stones. And it could go in between the two pulleys and pull the bed clean off it. And you know, I thought the front bumper would be complicated enough to get off. But it wasn't. It was well loosened because Dave Egan was driving a couple of days beforehand. Then I had the realisation that I had a desperate pain in my arse. And it wasn't from a gangbang or anything like that. It was from the bride seat inside in that Supra. It's way too small. If Mike Tyson beat that midget Russian Hezbollah into the seat, he still wouldn't fit. I had a spare passenger seat out of shaft, and I put that into it. You know another thing about that bride seat? What's it for? That Supra is only 1,000 horsepower. I'm not a baby. I don't need to be strapped in.
Don't want to break too hard.
And now I'm comfortable. It's time to take the beast for a drive. First place I went was straight into the rip pit, so the 1,000 horsepower could get used to me. I was feathering it. I was playing with it and playing with it. That thing can rip a 6-speed sequential Samsonus box. Go on! Go on! Go on! That thing isn't like a twin cam. There's a fully blown 3.4 stroker 2JZ under the hood with a turbo the size of an NBA basketball.
Well, that's the way Daigo would have it.
And if you get it wrong in that Supra, you'll end up a cross-eyed, twisted, retarded drooler. An absolute beast that is hell broken loose straight out of the Japanese hills of hell.
You really are a deluded, delusional, psychotic psychopath! But I like it.
I knew you would! I knew you would! It's a beast!
Some yoke! Let's go for a burn! But you're not supposed to do stuff like that. You know what? Today or tomorrow, you're going to die. The 3-clawed, fire-breathing dragon is coming for you!
You know what?
What?
I'll tell you what. I got my bear and I got my bottle of Mountain Dew.
And what's that going to do?
When the dragon spits his fireish, hellish 22-foot flame, I'm gonna duck. And I'm gonna fire this back. His fire-flaming tonsil tortures. And then I'm gonna beat his brains in with this bear. And you know what that dragon's gonna end up with? His own can of dragon pulp. I'm not afraid of dragons.
Get that bear off my chin, or I'll shove it up your dragon hole. Come on, John. We'll get out of here before my dragon comes out. And we don't want that.
Close the door after you two punks. I didn't invite you into my house to be asking stupid, nosy questions.
Do you know what, John? If you got a couple of rattle cans and spray it a different colour, it wouldn't stand out as much then. That car is world famous. Lunatic.
They're right. They're right about the disguise. That's a good idea.
When that dragon gets his 3 claws into his 2 balls, that Mountain Dew and that bar won't help him.
Add another massive baseline.
You rap a car. Look at that. There isn't a Japanese policeman in the country that would believe that is Dougie's car. I'd be rapping Japanese police fence before long. That's a mad joke. No, lads, I forgot to say it, and I have to say it. That's a wrap.